What secrets lie hidden beyond these mysterious doors? To discover them, we must first learn the skill of opening these doors. Mathematically speaking, humans have already understood the mechanism to unlock them, but physically, we neither possess the material nor the energy required to influence these doors. Let me give you an example. We know there is a lock in front of us, but no one has the key. But did you notice what I just said? Have humans truly figured out how to open these doors? As of now, we know of only one natural process capable of opening them, and that discovery was made just in the past 10 years. The person behind this discovery is Professor Dr. Leonard Susskind, currently a physics professor at Stanford University. He outlined this process in his 2013 research paper, ER equals EPR. The mathematics in that paper is incredibly complex, far too advanced to break down here. But what I can tell you is that, mathematically, it's possible to open these doors. The problem is, our engineering hasn't caught up yet. We simply don't know enough about the materials needed to make it happen. In scientific terms, these are called exotic matter. These are materials that lie beyond our current understanding, substances we've never seen, never touched, and know nothing about. Some might even occasionally cross paths with Earth's or the Sun's orbit, triggering these doors to momentarily open. But now you might be wondering, do we have any evidence these materials even exist? The answer is, yes, we do. We've confirmed the existence of at least 5 types of such materials. The first is ordinary matter, the stuff all around us. Then comes antimatter created in a lab, but only observed for 17 minutes. Beyond that, we know of Bose-Einstein condensate, fermionic condensate, nuclear matter string, net liquid, supercritical fluid. We know these materials are real, but we still don't know how to control or fully understand them. And then there are materials we can't see, but we can feel their gravitational effects. We don't understand what they are, and we certainly don't know how to trap or study them. One of these is dark matter. You've probably heard of it. We know it exists because of the way it influences other planets through gravity. But we can't see it, so to us, it remains an invisible mystery. Another curious material is called mirror matter, which we'll explore later. From here on out, the journey becomes even more thrilling because we're about to step into a world shaped by imagination, yet firmly rooted in science. We'll stretch our imagination within the laws of nature. And if it passes the test, what lies beyond these doors may just blow your mind. It's not just another world, it's worlds. Once we step through this door, our link to the old world will be severed because what lies ahead is entirely different. There, we'll encounter types of matter we've never seen. Some may even block our path, and we might not know how to go around them. But don't worry, because we already have a way to bypass these unknown substances. It's a method known as Gauss-Bonnet gravity. It tells us we don't have to go through these materials. Instead, we can simply create a new path. And that path? It's made by adding new dimensions. Sound confusing? Let me explain. It means that once we pass through this door, we'll enter a realm beyond the familiar 3 dimensions. Time, space, even the very idea of life will transform entirely. But once we cross over, will we be alone? What will we see in this strange new world? Will we meet beings from other dimensions or universes? And if we do, what will they look like? What will their world look like? The first thing we're likely to see beyond the door is vegetation, the plants and trees of that realm, because the chemical fingerprints of plants can be detected from light years away. No matter how far a planet is, its vegetation's color can be seen. For instance, no matter how far away you view Earth from, you'll always catch a glimpse of green. So in this new world, the very first thing we may see is its plant life. But will those plants and trees look like ours? The same laws that govern our plants will apply to theirs too. To understand them, we must first understand our own. Ask yourself, where do our plants get their energy and food? Why are they green? Our plants absorb sunlight and convert it into chemical energy through a process called photosynthesis. You probably learned that in school. The molecule that absorbs this sunlight is chlorophyll, which is green. It captures almost every wavelength of light, except green. That green bounces back, and that's what we see. But here's the twist. Our sun emits white light, made up of 7 colors. Stars in other worlds may emit entirely different colors. So the plants in those worlds, they'll look completely different depending on their star. If a star emits higher temperature light, its plants may look red. If the star gives off cooler light, the plants might be entirely black, so they can absorb every bit of energy possible. Now here's something truly mind-blowing. Earth's plants haven't always been green. The process of photosynthesis, especially C4 photosynthesis, has evolved over 40 times. Before chlorophyll, there was a very primitive pigment called retinal. Back then, Earth's plants were actually purple. Yes, you heard that right. Once upon a time, Earth was a purple-colored planet. In all the worlds, retinal might be the very first pigment produced in plants. If that's true, then maybe purple is the favorite color of plant life across different worlds. I told you something very important at the beginning, that the vegetation of any world can be seen from several light years away. Vegetation is the first thing we'll spot once the door to a new world swings open. That vegetation will be our very first observation. A glimpse of such a sight was described by the pilot of Flight 19. "The sky is green. No, it's white. No, wait, it's green." But honestly, the report from the Flight 19 pilot doesn't pull much of my attention. We actually have two other reports concerning this mysterious vegetation, two incredibly significant reports. And after sharing them, I'll show you some truly fascinating things. Both reports come from a deeply authentic Islamic source. The final prophet of the Abrahamic faiths, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, once during prayer, had an unusually long standing, bowing, and prostration. Since this was unusual, the companions asked him afterward, "O Prophet, during the prayer, we saw you suddenly extend your hand forward and then pull it back. What did you see?" The Prophet, peace be upon him, replied, "A door of paradise opened before me, and I saw its grapes. I reached out to pluck them for you, but then a barrier was suddenly placed in front of me. If I had picked those grapes, you would have eaten from them forever. They would never finish." But the most astonishing part of this report, this happened during the Salat al-Kusuf, the eclipse prayer. The sun and earth were in a special alignment at the time. Do you sense something special here? Doesn't it seem like the door to paradise opened for the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, exactly during the solar eclipse? When the sun was in a specific cosmic position, and the very first thing he witnessed was its vegetation? The grapes. But there's another report I want to share. This second report is also from the same final prophet, describing when he was physically taken to another world, another realm. This event is recorded in many hadith collections. In it, he said that when he passed through the doors of the heavens, a cloud enveloped him. He saw a light, and then he saw a massive cedra tree, lot tree, its roots in the sixth heaven and its branches reaching the seventh. Its leaves were like elephant ears and its fruits were like enormous jars. The colors of the tree kept changing, and they were colors he said he didn't even know. No creature in this world could ever describe the beauty or brilliance of that tree's colors. Did you catch something in this report? It's so mesmerizing that I could talk about it for hours, because the Prophet, peace be upon him, also described something else, golden butterflies fluttering around the tree. This report clearly shows the Prophet, peace be upon him, was taken to an entirely different realm through a door. And what's the very first thing he saw in that new realm? A majestic tree, the vegetation of that world, with colors so unfamiliar that the Prophet said he didn't even know what they were. No being in our world can capture that tree's beauty. Now let me take you on a brief journey around our own world. During this journey, I'll take you across various countries, starting with Europe. In Europe, there are three ancient countries: Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania. Known as the Baltic states, their old cultures and pre-religious beliefs are called Baltic mythology. You've likely also heard of the Nordic states: Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, and Sweden. Their ancient belief systems are known as Norse mythology. In Eastern Europe, you'll find Slavic mythology. In Northern Europe, there's Germanic mythology, and of course, in Southern Europe, just like the rest of the continent, Greek and Roman mythology, which you're surely familiar with. All these mythologies had their own gods. But among all these European mythologies, there's one striking similarity: a festival celebrated after June 21st, called the Midsummer Festival. During this festival, girls in almost every European country wear flower crowns or place flowers under their pillows before sleeping. Enormous bonfires are lit. People dance and sing around these bonfires, eat and drink. In earlier times, and in some countries, people even walked across hot coals or jumped over flames during the festival. And in even older traditions, animals were sacrificed into the fire. While most of those practices have faded, today Midsummer is mainly about entertainment. But why? All these mythologies have different gods and beliefs. So why is there one shared festival celebrated across Europe for thousands of years? An even more important question, why is it always celebrated around June 21st? Because for thousands of years, humans have recognized a rare and powerful natural phenomenon that occurs on that date. And now that you've heard this, I hope you're paying very close attention.